So you can see that moles really are huge, huge counting units. What is the volume of 1 mole of water molecules? It's 18.01 milliliters, and you can see that that's not a very large amount of water. So if we have 1 mole of molecules, we're talking about very small quantities. Moles are huge counting units because atoms and molecules are so tiny. So remember how we count moles, how we figure out the number of things in a mole. Think about carbon. The average mass of 1 carbon atom is, think about this, 12.01 AMU, and you find that on your periodic table. How much is the mass of 1 mole of carbon atoms? 12.01 grams. So the same number, the average atomic mass from our periodic table, but with grams. That's the amount that we can measure in a real way in everyday life. So the conversion factors that we're going to be using are going to be molar mass, which is the mass of 1 mole of atoms in grams. That's the mass that we find on our periodic table. You can use I would always use the one in your reference table, especially for homework, to make sure you get the correct answers. The numbers on the periodic table are the average mass of 1 atom in AMU. So if you were physically able to measure 1 atom in AMU, 1 atom of each of those elements would be the average atomic mass in AMU, or the mass of 1 mole of atoms in grams. So if you have 1 mole of a particular substance, the mass of that in grams is that average atomic mass, or the molar mass. So the mass on the periodic table in grams is equal to 1 mole. The other conversion factor, the one that we calculated from the problem using our Titan activity, is Avogadro's number. This is an Italian scientist, Amedeo Avogadro. He figured out that 1 mole of anything is equal to 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd things. It is on your reference table. Take a minute, pause, and find it right now. It's in a very important location. So 1 mole is equal to 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd things. And in chemistry, the things that we are counting are things like atoms, ions, molecules, and formula units. We'll learn more about what formula units are. I think that's a relatively new term to you. Now we're going to move on to learn about how to do calculations using these conversion factors in the next video.